When I tell y'all, this is literally the most wonderful time of the year, I mean it. This is the most exciting time to be a Precure fan, like myself, obviously. But I literally am like vibrating with excitement of how excited I am for this upcoming season and this upcoming week and the upcoming incredible beautifulness that is Kimi to Idol Precure. I am so goddamn excited about this season, you have no fucking idea. I was in the car when I saw the logo drop and I almost cried. I almost cried because I'm a little pussy baby bitch, and even the thought of Idol Precure seemed so impossible that for a second I thought it was fake, and then I looked at it again and lost my damn mind. While we're wrapping up Wonderful, usually every year, sometimes I forget, but I typically try to do a Precure bingo card for the next year of the Precure season, and I write down my predictions and certain plot points and certain things that I think is gonna happen in the next year. And I made one for Wonderful, and we're gonna see if we get a bingo. And I also just finished up my Idol Precure one, so I'm gonna say what I think is gonna happen before it airs, and then maybe in the next year I will be updating you on if I got a bingo or not. I made this Wonderful Precure bingo card on January 26th, 2024, and I think some of it is right. I haven't looked at it since I made it. In the first square, we have banger endings. I loved both of the songs. I loved the second one a teensy bit more just because I love a dual ending moment, the Nyami and Lillian version versus the Wonderful and Friendly version. I love that song, especially if you like that song, but you don't love it as much as you need to listen to the full version, because there's this beautiful moment where like the backing drops out and it's just the two girls singing, and it is absolutely stunning. The next square we have is transformation music on point. When that scene starts and it's that's perfect. That is perfect. Every time that starts, I freak out. It's so good. Our first miss, Friendy is a detective. I don't know why. Actually, I know exactly why. I know exactly why I thought this was gonna be a plot point. I thought the little like detective hat on Friendy would mean that she was a detective. I don't know, that's just what it made me think of. I was wrong. And now we have a rough moment. Boy mid-season. I'm not here to get into the drama that is, should Precure be boys? Should there be boy mid-seasons? I don't even want to open that can of worms. Do I even count them? I'm gonna say kind of, because they did have cure forms, but like, are Michiru and Kaoru cures at that point? I don't know. I'm gonna not mark that, since they weren't like big honkin' mid-seasons. Mid-villains. This is something that I was really scared of, because Hirogaru Sky let me down. I can confidently say I loved all the villains. I loved the villains so freaking much. Torame was amazing. Gao and Subaru, and oh my god, I loved all of them. Not school-centered. Yeah, I mean, is any Precure school-centered at this point? It's like, okay, we go to school, the dogs and cats go to school, and then nothing. We have Nyami / Lillian Wand. I'm gonna count this, even though it's a tambourine. I thought in my heart that Nyami and Lillian would have a separate weapon, so I probably just didn't put weapon. I meant weapon. I'm counting that. We have vet character. This is something that kind of everyone thought was gonna happen after Healin' Good, and it's like, oh boy, it's animals again. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Iroha's parents her mom was a vet, and she like lived above the vet clinic. I'm gonna count that. People don't shut the fuck up about colors. This year was bad, man. This year was bad. Season movie, no All-Stars. Coming off of All-Stars F, that we would not see a crossover, not see an All-Stars movie. And I was right, and we just got a season movie, and that's alright. I hope it's good. I haven't seen it yet. Monster of the Week. Yeah, it was... I mean, Precure's always Monster of the Week. It wasn't really like a monster, it's more like a, ooh, what animal is it this time? Which I loved. Like, I just loved. I think that's also kind of why I thought there would be like a detective, because there were some episodes where it's like, what are these tracks? Who ate this thing? What kind of animal is it? Let's ask Satoru. Oh my god, it's a snake. I liked that. I liked that. I liked having it be a different animal every week. So that counts. Lackey is the real big bad. No, I don't think I'm gonna. No, that it's not. I was just so used to like Butler and like Skeerhead. Ooh, who's the big bad? It's that one slightly spooky evil person that like gave you a good fight. No, they're the real bad one, you know? And that's a plot that Precure uses a lot. It's a good plot, but it's one we've seen multiple years in a row. Finale power-up form. Yes, and it's ugly. I'm sorry. It's ugly. They're ugly with the eggs. Why are there eggs on their heads, please? Someone explain to me. Deals with pet loss. It's such an interesting direction for Precure to take, and I knew that they could because of the Doki Doki movie, where freaking Mallow and Cure Heart, and it just breaks my heart every time I rewatch that movie. That movie is fantastic, by the way. And they did deal with pet loss quite a bit with the old lady, and then Iroha's like literal trauma. Iroha was the best written character in this show. It was just so powerful, and I'm so glad they took that direction. So props to you, Toei Animation. Oh boy, bad year for merch. Oh, what'd y'all think of those candy figures, huh? What'd y'all think of that non-speaking cat compact? It was a rough year. The plushies, oh my god. Oh no, it was, I'm gonna move on. We don't need to go any further than that. Komugi barks at people. Yes. Next. Nyami and Lillian, same personalities. Just from like gauging their vibe from the leaks that we had and then the official art that we had going in, I was like, I don't want these two to be like uppity rich bitches. That's kind of what they felt like to me, just with their designs and how like regal they were. Oh, Mayu and Yuki, they were icons, absolute legends. I loved their personalities and how they played off of each other. So impressed with them. I'm so glad they did not have the same personalities. Simplistic plot? Yes, but not as simplistic as some. I don't know if I want to count that. I don't think I'm gonna count the from like episode like 1 to like 25. Yeah, it's pretty simple. But once it started getting into like the deeper stuff, I'm not gonna count that. I loved the plot here, and I'm so glad I don't have to mark that. Saving a Kingdom. Yep, that's how it is. Ooh, juicy. People get mad about ships. Have you opened Twitter in the last year? Of course they're mad. Collectibles take forever. I don't know what I thought when I was doing this. I kind of thought that like every time they'd rescue an animal, it would be a Kirarin animal, and it would be like, okay, we have to get so many to get to the certain point to like open the different parts of the kingdom. But they got done with that in like 20 episodes, so like I don't count that as being very long. Mirror pad, same use. Oh, what a clown I am. What a clown I am. Why did I think, I don't know. I thought they would use the mirror pad in the show. I honestly, truly did, because there's a wonderful Precure extension to the mirror pad. But I thought that they would use it in the show, especially when I saw the freaking mirror rock. I was like, oh my god, that's gonna like poof into magic and become the mirror pad, and they're gonna use that to like do Precure things. Bland Iroha. I loved Iroha so much. If I didn't love Komugi so much, Iroha would have been my favorite, because she did so much. She was the lead cure. Iroha impressed the hell out of me. I just loved Iroha, and I'm so glad I don't have to mark that. And now, I'm the biggest clown of them all. Here's the thing, Komugi has that crown, and I thought she was gonna be the leader, savior, princess of all of the animals. I was convinced to the last episode. I was waiting patiently with my Starbucks, and I was waiting, watching, and she wasn't the super duper princess lead of the kingdom. That doesn't count. I was so wrong about that. My bad. It was Nico-sama. Everything was Nico-sama. That's okay. I have added up all of my tallies, and I am so happy to say that I have a bingo. I'm so thrilled. I'm just the Precure master, I suppose. It's time to get into my Precure 2025 predictions. Now, I am very unconfident about this. I feel like with Wonderful, I thought I knew what it was coming into it, but with Idol, I'm like still in awe that it even exists and it's happening and it's beautiful, that I like feel like I have no idea what they're gonna do with this. The only other Precure season that I like gasped for when I saw it leaked, I mean, I gasped for all of them, but was like so freaked out by was Star Twinkle, because I thought Star Twinkle was going to be Idol themed. Does anybody remember this? Where were you in like December of 2018? And everyone was like, oh my god, Precure 2019 is going to be Idol themed. I wanted it to be Idol themed so bad, and I was so pissed that it was not. Let's get into my predictions. First thing on my bingo card is Delicious Field. Now, if you don't know what this means, God bless you. I don't hate any Precure, but I hate Delicious Party. I'm sorry, it's fine. It's not my least favorite. It's not my least favorite. Ask me what my least favorite is, and I will whisper it in your ear. But it was, oh no, it was bad. And the thing I hated most about Deli Paw was Delicious Field. You transform, and then it's like, oh, it's time to fight! And then they teleport into this other dimension, and they fight in a different place called Delicious Field, and it's the same every time, and it's this boring, sandy desert, and I want to die. Maybe I need to rewatch Deli Paw. Are there any Deli Paw, like, hardcore fans? Let me know. But, oh man, seeing that stage and those light sticks, that can't just be a song. I think they're gonna, like, transport to this magical idol dimension just for the fights. Can I even say fights anymore? What does Precure come to? I don't know, but I love it. I'm, like, manifesting that it's not, but I feel like it will be. Oops All Bangers. Has Precure ever put out, like, a truly terrible song? Like, with a music theme and it being so heavily idol, idol, idol in your face? They can't make a bad song. I know in, like, pre-para, not all songs are created equally, but every song has a standard of quality that you can expect coming in. So I think there will be no bad songs. Oops All Bangers. Precure is cooking in the kitchen. They are cooking it up. Puridun Hate Club. I don't like that thing. I already don't like it. And I think coming off of a season where the fairies, I can't even call them fairies, they were incredible, but Komugi and Yuki being so well written and literally being cures and having so much screen time, I feel like going back to like, hee hee hee, I'm clumsy, I'm running around and I eat all your snacks and I slow down the plot. I'm gonna wanna like not cheer for them. This is also a controversial take. I've heard people say they think it's gonna be a quartet. People think it's gonna be, I've heard people say they think it's gonna be a 6. I think it's gonna start with a trio and add a duo. Because they haven't done that since Hugto, am I wrong? Yeah, but I think it's gonna be like the trio of idols, and then, I don't know, I'll get into the fairies in a second, but I think it's gonna be a cinco. Insert songs in every episode. I don't think it's gonna be a regular like fight, attack. I think it's gonna be like song, CGI time. I think that's how it's gonna be. I think it's gonna almost be very like Yuko Omori, Cure Honey, Happy Rice song, and I know people hate that, but I love that song, and I will defend Happiness Charge until I die. I need to explain myself here. Hidden identities. What I mean by that is like, yeah, Precure are always like, oh, like, don't no one can know that we're the Pretty Cure unless they tell like their parents or something, or unless you're like fresh or go pre and you're weird. The way that it's gonna happen is that the idols are gonna get famous. We saw that at the end of Wonderful. They're looking and watching Cure Idol dance, and I don't think that's just them doing Precure magic. I think it is the idols actually being famous. So I think they're gonna have to work extra hard to be like, oh no, I don't know who that is. That's a cool idol though. Let's go back to school. I feel like that's how it's gonna go. Am I crazy? Fairy human forms. Ugh, everyone's thinking that Puridon and Merodon are going to be cures. I feel like there's gonna be 2 other idols that are going to join the team. But I do think that the fairies are gonna have like human forms at least halfway through or as a power-up. I feel like that's gonna happen. No combat. What do I mean by this? No combat. Just singing. I don't think there's going to be like punch, punch, kick, maybe some hand-to-hand stuff, but we've seen none of that in any of the trailers. It's all just been CGI dance party, which I love, but I don't think we're going back to like the Hirogaru Sky absolutely decimating these monsters with our fists. We have Mike Wand. Ooh, as soon as I heard it was Idol themed, my brain immediately went to Prepar. I am a huge Prepar fan. That freaking spin around giant mic that they hold and they dip. I need a microphone wand. I don't care that they have mics on their face. That thing is cute, but we've seen it before in Doki Doki. I need a straight up microphone that we can like whap people with. You know what I'm saying? I need that. I need that as a power up. I need that as a secondary cure item. I need it. Crossover movie. I think Sweet and this it would only make sense to have a crossover. Or even like having a sweet little short where they mention like Makopi or Urara or Mashari and Amor. Can you imagine? I would love that. It would only make sense for them to go back to crossovers. I don't know. I have a very interesting opinions about the crossovers, but I think it would only make sense. Bland Wink. What do I mean by this? It's kind of how I had Bland Iroha on my other bingo card, but I feel like Wink looks the most and feels the most like a cure we've already seen. Blue cures have a tough time. The student council president, I must please my family. That happens a lot. And it happens so often that I feel like I can look at Cure Wink's blue, slim silhouette and her straight blue hair and be like, who do you think you are? CGI Empire. I already know. I can just cross this off already. But I feel like we've only seen like half the trailers are just like CGI, dancing, boom, boom, boom. Which is cool. And I'm not mad. Group concerts. I feel like a group attack would take the form of like a Solami Smile style like concert. That's gonna be like the group attacks. You know what I mean? I feel like they can't live off doing the same 3 songs for 50 episodes. Practice IRL. Do y'all remember Fresh Precure where the girls would like dance practice at that cool cement like stage and they would do their little dances to their little songs? Because we had that art of them all at someone's house and like one chick's playing the piano, one chick's making cards. Like, it's so cute. Stage fright. There's going to be a cure, whether in the main trio or later on, that is deathly afraid of being an idol, does not want to be an idol, is terrified of being an idol, who's like so scared that they have to come out of their skin. I feel like that happens in every idol anime. There's like that one chick that they really have to convince to join the club. Playing instruments. Do you think the Cures write their own songs? Real question. Because chick at the piano seems to be writing a song. Collectibles galore. We are back into key collecting. We took a year off during Wonderful where all we got was virtual animals. We are back to the grind of the gachapon and the dress-up keys and the sky tones and the cure decors. Like, we're back. We are so back with those little ribbon things. Cannot wait to see that brooch get hacked. Very excited to see what comes from it. Expressive animation. Already, there's so much motion and it feels so different just from the trailers. And the baton pass, did you see how they were so bouncy and bubbly? I was amazed. It feels so different from the previous animation style in Wonderful. This is kind of a funny square because I didn't know how to word it, but Kyun takes a while. Here Kyun will take a few episodes to actually join the team. I feel like they love to do their, okay, we have the pink, and then maybe 1 or 2 episodes later we get the blue, and then a couple episodes down the line we will get Cure Kyun. Past legendary cures. Ooh, it feels like in seasons that are so heavily themed, in my head I'm thinking Gopri and Kira to have a like legendary god cure that like passes down the Precure magic down the lineage. Different outfit changes. Ain't no way they're gonna stay with those same plaid outfits. I love them, but it's literally, how many times have you seen your favorite idols in the same outfit? I know they're gonna change up those costumes. I know it. That if I'm wrong about that, I'll freak out. Idols IRL and as cures. But I think that they are going to be the idol pre-cure, and then the girls themselves are going to start like a school idol club, hence the dance practice. Kind of Tropical Rouge-y, where they have like a cute little club hangout. But also, what if other girls wanted to join that club? Would they just be like, no, you can't? That's what I've always wondered that. If someone wants to join the Tropical Rouge Club and they're not a Precure, can they say no? Competitive idols. I think they're going to do, like, you have the three, and then in true pre-para fashion, you have, like, rival idols that you have to compete against. I feel like that would be a really cool thing, whether they do that as girls or as Precure. I think that would be super sick. And people mad about structure. What do I mean about this? I feel like people will really not enjoy the insert songs, especially if they play the entire song, which can be like 2 minutes of reused animation. I feel like people are going to be mad about that though. That is my prediction for 2025. I cannot wait for the season to air. You have no idea. Happy Precure week, happy Precure day. Oh my god, it's close to my birthday. I love Precure. Please be kind. These are just guesses. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think. If you think I'm super wrong, if you think I'm stupid, if you recognize me from my other internet appearances, let me know. And happy Precure day to all. Let me know everything that you think about Idol Precure. Are you excited? Are you scared? Do you not like idols? Let me know. Let's fight in the comments. I want to start a war. Not really. Also, we haven't had a yellow cure in how long? I miss them. I want them back.